All right, what up, everybody? We're going to jump straight into it with the news and stuff that happened this week. So, firstly, we had mixed results in the stock market. The Nasdaq hit record high, while the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and the Russell 2000 lost ground. Google started pushing their quantum computing and this new quantum kind of uh, little baby bubble we're seeing, but they're kind of the leaders of it. So we'll see what happens with that. Broadcom had good earnings. Tesla has still been ripping because of anticipation of what Elon Musk is going to be able to get approved while he has, the ear of the president. CPI came in hot. So the CPI measures the monthly change in prices paid by U.S. consumers. So stuff is a little bit more expensive than it was last year. It went up about 0.3%, and it's higher than it was year over year. The ECB, which is a European central bank, they they cut rates again. That's the fourth time they cut in 2024. They're going to continue to cut in 25, is what they're talking about. And then China's stimulus are going to double down on support for the economy because of Trump's tariffs. We'll see what they do. So Trump is using his tariffs as a leveraging tool. He will tariff China, but as for Mexico, Canada, all these countries you're hearing about, it's a leveraging tool to kind of get what he wants. So we'll see how it works or not. But this definitely could have an effect on, or it will have an effect on the Chinese economy. And this is also something I saw that insiders are selling. What does that mean for the market? So I'm pretty sure corporate insiders are selling shares at the second highest rate since 2004. So that could be pretty bearish, but we'll see how it goes. Now let's go straight into the charts. There weren't many plays this week. I did buy one stock for a trade. I'll show you exactly what that is, and then here we go. All right, to start off with the S&P 500, we had a down week. Let's see, it's going to end about maybe 0.5% down. We have 2 minutes left in the day, or about 1 minute now. The day ended pretty much break even. Yeah, it didn't move at all today, right? It looks red, but from open to close, it didn't move more than, 0.1%. From there, let's see, Bitcoin is still kind of hovering at the same level it's been at, slowly rising. I'm out of Bitcoin now, like I've said, but I am keeping my eyes on Ethereum. Theoretically, it should pump here soon, but I mean, we'll see what happens. That pump could be smaller than expected, maybe 44 or 45, get back to this level, whether it be 41 and then maybe 44, 45. By the end of the year, it should reach those levels, but hey, you never know. But on the daily time frame, it did bounce off this old resistance, now turn support. So I had a good bounce. We just need to see some strength on it. Now with RSI, we're still high, so I do expect it to be 5K in the next month by the end of January, but we'll see what happens there. Now Dollar Tree is one that I was considering to short, but I didn't. Now this is something that you can kind of keep an eye on. So when the candle that just printed or is about to print is bigger than the other one, so like this opens and closes. So the candle is bigger than the other candle. That's called an engulfing candle. So this is supposed to be bearish, but I didn't like any of the prices on the options. But if I had to guess, I would say that this is probably going to go down a little bit. Now remember, this is on the weekly time frame, but this is a bearish engulfing candle, so it's bigger than the green candle we just saw from last week. On the daily time frame, the RSI did break above the 50, so it has a little it has a little boost to it. And like I said, I think Dollar Tree is going to be just fine. So I don't feel comfortable shorting it just because of that. I think it's a decent company with all the CEO news. Any news can happen and this thing would skyrocket. So I didn't short it, but that's something to keep an eye on. Another one is CVS. CVS is hitting a really low level, 45. I would probably double down. I got in at 55. But CVS is hitting a level that it's been bouncing on and off of. This was 2020, 2018, and then 2014. So this has been a level that it's been on for years now. It's worked its way back down. With Walgreens supposedly selling itself to another company, this could have kind of like a correlation effect with CVS. I think that's what's happening. I don't know too much on the news actually of why. It's just a lot of the healthcare things. A lot of healthcare has been dying, and CVS is obviously majority of the profits come from healthcare. It isn't just like Gatorades or chips or like small things, cosmetics. It's mainly healthcare with CVS and Walgreens. But yeah, so CVS 49. If we see some support here next week, maybe I'll get into a trade to 55. But I would only do shares. I don't think I'd do options. If we went to 45 next week, we just had a nasty week, wick down, and then a solid candle back up, I would get into some swing trades as well. Now I'm going to show y'all what I entered. So Intel, I bought shares for this. I did not buy options. $20 is just kind of psychological level. It has been around. This has kind of been a level for a long time, since 03. But yeah, so it went back down to it. I entered some shares to trade because the CEO stepped down. A lot of people got out, but I don't think he was a great CEO. I think if they bring in somebody who's very popular, this thing would go right back up to 25, and then it would go to 25 overnight, and then it would proceed to go to 30 is what my thinking is. But I have 50 shares at $20.64. I don't have a stop loss set yet, just because I want to hold and wait to see who they put in as the CEO. But yeah, with that said, I also have my eyes on Coke. I've been saying that Coke's overvalued, but we're waiting to see. We're just staying patient. The market hasn't been giving us much this week. We could see maybe if it gives up this level, and then maybe the RSI. See, the RSI has already dropped, but I mean, it was coming from a peak. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, Hershey had rumors of being bought out. So Hershey went crazy this week, got up to 203, I believe, 207. I sold out of my shares at $199. I just took profit because when buyouts start happening, the price starts getting super volatile. I just locked in, I think $18 per contract or per share. So it was a good little flip, but I got out of it. I wanted to hold it for a long time, but when the buyouts start happening and all this stuff, it kind of weirds me out. Pfizer is another one. Like y'all know, I bought this last week, and I'm looking at options. The options aren't crazy expensive, just because people aren't expecting it to move. The IV is like 25%. And the IV is, so it's 25%. So the market makers are thinking that the stock is going to move 25% one way or the other in the next year, which is relatively low compared to other IVs. Like you go look at NVIDIA's IV, it's insane. But yeah, so this is a daily time frame. Now you have the RSI kind of slowly making higher lows as it kind of is going sideways right here. So maybe I enter more, maybe some options. If it could come back down and touch this, 25, high 24 level, and then this RSI stays up here, I would 100% be getting into options. And the options would be long term. They'd be 90 plus days. And then I would probably like to get more than one, maybe some $27 calls for like February. That would probably cost me about 50 cents to 80 cents per contract. But yeah, so that's another one to keep an eye on. And with all that said, there's not really much that happened this week. I'm not taking too many trades. Obviously, we know Tesla's going crazy, but I haven't bought Tesla since I think like 160 something is my average price, or maybe 170 in this range. So I'm enjoying it, but I'm not touching it. I'm not buying any. I'm not selling any. I'm just letting it ride. Ulta, I added this to the long term as well, but I bought it down here at about 350 to 360, just because I believe in the company. And a lot of that was literally just due to my girlfriend. I was like, hey, is Ulta, like, is anything bad happening? She was like, no, everyone still goes there every single day. So I bought it. The PE was low. And then I'm still keeping my eyes on it. I would start a position at like 22. But if I go, so I'm going to see if I can use this product when I fly home in like 2 weeks or so. But I'm going to test it out, see how I like it. And that's one of the big things to think about when you're investing in something. If you like the company and you like their fundamentals, it's probably a good investment. So U has good fundamentals. They make money, they have low debt, and they have a lot of cash comparatively. If I go there and I like the product and I think that other people will like it, they probably will. So if I like it and come Christmas time, I'll probably just go ahead and lock in about 100 shares, because I don't have too many growth stocks. Like I've been saying, I've been averaging into the Nestle's, to the what else have I bought? The Pfizer's, a lot of dividend names that I feel are undervalued, but I don't have too much kind of like small mid cap growth. So I do have a little Zoom, and then I would like to get some U, and I have him. So those are really my three big positions for anything that can grow exponentially, I really think. But yeah, with all that said, man, there's really nothing left to look at. I do want to show y'all Solana. So Solana is in this downward channel right now. So the descending channels tend to break to the upside. You just have to wait to see when it gives you that confirmation. This is the daily chart. Maybe we hit this 203 level-ish, or we get back down. This looks like an accumulation area, so maybe we get back here down here to 210. We kind of bounce for a day or two, and then as soon as it breaks above this and holds for another candle, it's probably off to the races to 300. But we'll see. I might make a swing trade on some Solana just because the stock market isn't giving me what I want for. I have to have supreme confidence to take a trade. I took a trade this week actually shorting Boeing, and it didn't go well. I kept it small because I wasn't confident, but the trade didn't go well because I wasn't confident, and I shouldn't have took it. But I'm getting bored in the market because it isn't giving me much. So I'm looking at crypto. But yeah, so keep an eye on Solana. Maybe we see some bounce between 200, 210. And then if it breaks above this channel, gets maybe 240 and holds for a second, it'll probably hit 300, and then I'd probably get into 240. But yeah, with all that said, thank y'all for watching. I try to keep it short. So I bought some Intel shares to trade. I lost on a Boeing trade this week. I lost on a short. I think that is about it. It's been kind of slow. The market isn't giving me anything that I want. Let me know if y'all made any trades, and thank y'all for watching.